Good morning, dear students. My name is Dr. Poonam Jadhav. I am Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration, Acropolis Institute of Management Studies and Research. In our previous video, we have understood the concept of human resource management, its importance, all the sources available in an organization, and why human resource is one of the important resources in any organization, its concept and importance. And today we will be discussing the functions of HRM, why HR department is important in any organization, and what all it does, what all activities it does in an organization. So it can be broadly classified into two. First is the managerial functions, and other is operative functions. So managerial functions, as the name itself suggests, manages the people or workforce of an organization. And the essence of an HR manager is managing people in an organization. And operative functions, as the name suggests, it focuses on the operations or services happening in an organization, whether it is recruitment, promotions, transfers, and whatnot. So, in the managerial functions, the first is the planning. So, planning is one of the primary functions where number and type of employees needed to accomplish organizational goals are determined. Research forms for HRM planning, which also helps management to collect, analyze, and identify current plus future needs within the organization. So, planning is basically deciding the organizational goals and objectives. And as far as HR department is concerned, formulation of HR policies, deciding the HR goals and objectives, deciding the HR budget, the HR planning, what manpower does any organization needs in future. So this all comes under the HR planning. Now next is organization. So once organization of the task is another important step, task is allocated to every member as per their skills and activities are integrated towards a common goal. So once the planning has been done, the HR goals and objectives are set, HR policies are formulated, the HR budget is decided. So now comes the task allocation. So what all planning we have done, we have to assign each task to each member of an organization. So as to accomplish those planning, those goals and objectives in a proper manner. Then comes the directing. This includes activating employees at different levels and making them contribute maximum towards organizational goal. Tapping maximum potentialities of an employee via constant motivation command is a prime focus. So in directing, the manager activates, motivates, and makes them enthusiastic towards the work that is assigned to them. So basically, to influence the subordinates or influence the juniors in an organization is the task of the manager in this function. Now, controlling, post planning, organizing, and directing. Performance of an employee is checked, verified, and compared with goals. If actual performance is found deviated from the plan, control measures are taken. So, as per the planning, then organizing and directing, the flow of the accomplishment of the organizational goals is checked in this step, whether what all we have decided to complete by the end of the financial year, that all has to be taken care of in this control process, to verify, to review whether all the employees are doing their work in proper manner or not. So this is the managerial functions. Now coming to the operative functions. So operative functions, as we earlier discussed, that it is the service or the operations in an organization. So first, most important step of this operative functions is procurement. So as the name itself suggests, procurement is, in layman's term, if we talk about procurement, is getting something. So procuring an employee is actually acquiring their services and then negotiating them, soliciting them to acquire their services, their educational qualifications, maintaining them, their growth, their learning, and their career development. So, among this procurement, first is the job analysis. So, job analysis is the process of gathering and analyzing information about the content and the human requirements of jobs, as well as the context in which jobs are performed. This process is used to determine placement of jobs under NU values, and the decision making in this area is shared by units and human resources. So, job analysis is uh, determining what all job requirements or job roles a job requires from an employee. So, basically, the employee should know their job roles, job responsibilities. So, job analysis is a scientific process which studies the requirements, what it needs from an employee. So, job analysis is the process of gathering information about all the requirements which a job requires from any person. Now, next is HR planning. HR planning is a technique company uses to balance its flow of employees and prevent situations such as team member shortages or surpluses. So, HR planning, if we talk about, is measuring the current manpower position and the manpower it is going to require in future. So it is focuses on the right amount of people at right amount of place, performing the right amount of work in a right manner. So this is HR planning. Then recruitment. Recruitment in HRM is a systematic process of hiring talent. It starts from identifying, attracting, screening, shortlisting, interviewing, selecting, and finally hiring the most important candidate for filling up the vacant job vacancies in an organization. So, recruitment is inviting people to fill up the vacancies in any company, whether it is advertisements or online advertisements, social media, or any type of invitation that we give to the people or the candidates so that they can come and fill their job vacancies and apply for the jobs. Then the selection process. So once we have uh, done the recruitment process, we have a pool of candidates available with us. So the selection process and organization is directed towards finding the right talent for vacancies within the organization. So when we have a pool of candidates, we need to identify the candidates those are required for the jobs in an organization. So once we have done the job analysis, we know that what job requires what type of candidate. So selection is finding the right candidate and filtering out the candidates that are not required in an organization. As we have already done the HR planning also, so we already know the number of people required in organization, whether we need to lay off or we need to discontinue the services of some employees or we need new recruits. So selection is finding the right amount of people at the right place. Then comes the placement. So once we have selected the people, now placement is the process of assigning the specific jobs and workplaces to the selected candidates. It involves putting square pegs into the square holes. So placing the right people at the right jobs, knowing that what kind of job is suitable for a person. So placement is the process in which we assign the specific jobs to people so that they can perform their jobs in a most effective and efficient manner. So after this, we'll be covering the next functions in the next video. So till then, thank you.